Hello everyone and welcome back to more Mystic Destinies! We are back, still in the midst of Tatsuya's route, where in the last episode, shit went down. Shit went down. So, I'm gonna try to recall most of the events in its correct order because, honestly, I only really do remember our key highlighted events. So, Hana was starting out her job at Veredis for the first time, and she was heading over to the cafe with Tatsuya until they ran into Haruna again. And Haruna was talking, and she didn't hear the conversation exactly, but Haruna and Tatsuya were talking across the street, and then, all of a sudden she sees Haruna, like, hugging Tatsuya, and I really, like, hugging him, and then we were like, oh, what the hell is this? Like, this is weird. And so we tried, when Tatsuya came back to us, we tried asking him about it, and he was really, like, vague in his answers about, like, oh yeah, I knew Haruna, was, like, a while now, and, she's a really close friend, quote, quote, kind of thing, but he didn't exactly go into too much detail, so yeah, we just left it at that. Came to Veredis to work, but we were so distracted by Tatsuya that we, like, were fucking up and all this shit, and we kind of lost control of our powers for a split second there, but then Shinji was like, get your shit together or else I'm gonna have to, like, send you to another ship where Tatsuya isn't working. So Hana was like, oh damn, okay, gotta get myself together, so she did. And then I forgot what happened exactly, but I swear she was trying to reconnect with Tatsuya in terms of asking him more about Haruna and also asking him to do study sessions with her again. So there was at some point where, yes, he did reveal, or I don't know, I think they might have went back to the Tatsuya's house again to do the study session, but anyways, whatever. Whatever it was, like, Hana, got it. Damn it. Okay, so Hana sought help from Emmy to ask for advice on what to do with Tatsuya, and she was just like, oh, why don't you just bring it up to him, just get a straight answer from him, and you should call him, because yeah, that's what she did over the weekend. So I think they had one study session. No, they had one study session at Tatsuya's and Takumi's apartment, and it was going really well. I think it was, yeah. And then what happened? And then soon on afterwards, I think they went out for a break, and then Takumi and why do I keep saying Haruna? Because I keep going back to the point where it's like the big reveal of who Haruna is to Tatsuya. So I wasn't too sure. Okay, so they were on a break. They were out for the night, and they were stopping by at a fountain to sit down and talk. Takumi and Emi totally played wingman and just kind of left them two alone. And yeah, so Hana sat down with Tatsuya, and then she finally had the conversation with him where she finds out that Haruna and Tatsuya used to date, so she's actually an ex. But then he broke up with her because he felt that he was really disconnected with her at some point, or something happened. They had a huge argument, and then that's when they broke it off. And then yeah, and then afterwards Haruna just was trying to, like, rekindle some sort of friendship back, and Tatsuya was going along with it. And then when Hana was like, oh, are you considering on, like, returning her feelings again, something, and he was like, I don't know. And at some point again, I think working at Veredis, she came across Katsunoski again, and he was really getting up in her face until Shinji, I think, stepped in. And so then afterwards, that made Hana concoct a plan where she was like, okay, I have a crazy idea that might help me get, kill two birds with one stone kind of thing with the whole business deal, and as well as getting Katsunoski off her ass. So she brought up the plan during the fountain talk. So she was like, oh, okay, so, like, clearing the air with Haruna. And then she went on ahead and told Tatsuya, hey, I'm totally 100% behind you on this whole business deal thing. Like, I think it's wrong, and I want to compromise somehow. So to also get rid of Katsunoski, who's been bothering me, can you pretend to be my boyfriend? Because, that will show Katsunoski and my dad that I am behind you on this business deal standpoint. And also, as well, we'll get Katsunoski to back off. So yeah, she said that. She's like, I don't blame you if you don't want to do it. And then all of a sudden, Tatsuya kisses her and was like, okay, we're not pretending because I actually have feelings for you. And we're like, what? And we're like, what? And it was like, what? So yeah, so we finally officially were a couple. We started dating. I don't even know for how long. But anyways, I think like most of the stuff was really like I guess normal stuff. I guess nothing really happened, nothing much changed because Hana even noted that she was like after the whole kiss thing, everything just went on its daily routine kind of thing. Nothing really changed, and she tried to like get lunch dates with Tatsuya, but like he's always so busy. And then yeah, and then at one point as they were walking to the station, or I don't know. No, they had a study session. Study session, and Hana totally impressed Tatsuya, and he was so happy and proud about her, about controlling ice and shit. And then he was walking her back, and then Tatsuya spilled his feeling about how he has trouble expressing himself emotionally, and that tends to end up hurting people. And so he was saying how he was really scared of getting into a relationship with her because he wasn't sure if he could do it again, or if he's scared that he might hurt her again. And then we're like, no, don't do that, don't say that. We here for you kind of thing. And then all of a sudden Katsunosuki shows up, of course, and he was like, he struck a deal with us. He was saying how, what's it called? How we should leave Tatsuya because we could do so much better, quote, quote. And also how, something about the business deal, I'm not too sure about it. No, nothing relating to the business deal, because Katsunoski was like, I can't do anything about the business deal because it's way beyond my control. But there was something about, I don't know, compromising in some which way. But anyways, he was provoking Tatsuya the entire time. And yeah, and I did I mention that they were cousins? Yes. So yeah, Katsunosuke and Tatsuya were cousins, and the whole provoking thing escalated to a fight. So they started fighting each other in full, like what's it called? Like what? I was gonna say final form. No, no, they changed into the dragon forms, and then they started having a fight over this river, and then it got really super serious. Tatsuya lost control of his emotion and his control, and then he ended up injuring Katsunosuki really badly, and the fight had to stop, of course, because somebody gonna die, and we can't have that. So Katsunosuki and Tatsuya got knocked out. Katsunosuki was heavily injured, and we were trying to help him stop the bleeding, because we can't have him dying on us. And then at that time, Tatsuya wakes up, and he was getting really pissy and really angry that we were helping him out, and we were just saying how we can't let Katsunoski get killed off, and Tatsuya, you were about to kill somebody, like how could you do that, and blah blah. We said some hurtful things about him to him that we didn't mean. It was in the heat of the moment, and of course he didn't take it so well. He was like, fine, I get it, like maybe we should stop all this with what's happening with us. And so that is where we are now. So I guess we broke up. I guess. So yeah. So now Hana is alone in her room, just crying her feelings out. Yeah, so how many hours has it been since I started crying? Oh yeah, by the way, this is chapter 12 called Dewdrops, so yeah. Oh, such a sad time. It's like we just got together and then we just broke up. Like, it felt so short. It's hard to tell, and I don't care enough to check the time. Besides that, the idea of picking up my cell phone right now is painful at best, right? It's not like we had any couples pictures or anything like that, but yeah, I mean, just knowing I might never get another chance, just knowing that I might never get another text or email from him it's devastating. Surprisingly, I find that my body is still able to produce tears after thinking that. Oh my goodness, you're gonna dehydrate yourself, girl. I can't stop seeing Tatsuya's face when I said those words. Why is it all we seem to do is hurt each other? Are we really not supposed to be together? I don't know, again, it's really up and down with Tatsuya, he's hard to read, and you gotta work for him. I choked back a sob as new tears streamed down my cheeks. Oh no. I grab my covers and throw them over my head. I curl up, wanting to hide from the world, wanting to sink into oblivion rather than ever hurt like this again. Rather than ever hurt like this again? Okay, yeah. You're not even gonna get yourself a tub of ice cream? No Ben and Jerry's? Do I cry myself to sleep or just pass out? I can't even remember when I wake up the next awful morning. Right. Oh, wow. Okay, what now? We see him at school, though. It's been 2 days since Tatsuya and I broke up. Yes. I feel as if I've been moving through life in a daze. I've seen our friends in passing in other classes, but no one's mentioned Tatsuya to me, especially not Takumi, because Takumi rooms with him, okay? So like I'm pretty sure I didn't even know what's going on at his end. I've seen Tatsuya himself in passing, and I've as much as panicked and hid when I saw him not wanting to deal with those feelings. Oh wow, okay. I suspect he's avoiding me too. Well yeah, naturally. We haven't talked, of course. Duh. That's the whole point of avoiding each other. Now my legs have taken me to the business club classroom, as they always do on Thursday evenings, but they will not take me inside the doors. I mean, this is really awkward. I'm sorry, guys. I just can't. Yeah. Wiping a tear that threatens to fall from my eye, I turn around and head for home. And then I ran into Takumi, or I ran into Tatsuya, or I ran into somebody. Nope, I didn't. Okay, cool. It's morning, I guess. Oh, wow. Your life is still depressing now, Hana. I somehow managed to finish the week, but I shamefully called off all of my Beretta shifts. Wow. I lie on the bed, staring at the sun-streaked ceiling above. Oh. I wonder if I should just quit there now, and business club too. Your life is just falling apart over this one guy. Wow, holy shit. Like I get it, because like half of where you go with your daily routine is just where he is at too. But like you could have asked to change shifts from him. Like, you know, when he's working, you're not, and then when he's not working, you should. Like, I don't know, you could have compromised somehow. It seems before I'd realized it, seeing Tatsuya had become a regular part of my life over the past months since we met. Still, it's not in my nature to just quit, especially because of something like emotions. Exactly, girl, come on, like I get it, like oh my god, Berettas, he works here too, in a different shift, woohoo. It's just like, come on girl, you're making money, it's all business, come on, please. Like, don't let it get in your way of, like, you know, your life. But I've never felt this way before. I feel so incredibly lost now, like all the color has faded out of life. Wow, you're so dramatic. I lie in the bed for some indeterminate amount of time, lacking any motivation to get up or do anything. I mean, it sucks. I know breakups suck, and you didn't exactly go out with, like, you know, a clean one, but like, you know, it's just life goes on. Life goes on. I'm sorry. I might sound like an asshole right now, but like life does go on. Hey, you have yourself a good cry, and now you just gotta move on. Oh well, not in this case, because you know we gotta fight for him. You know, we gotta try to fix this. Sometime later, I hear a knock on my door. Is it Takumi? I panic, not wanting to get up and talk to anybody, and who would be coming over here besides? Yeah, I think it's Takumi. Then I hear a familiar voice on the other side, and I know he won't leave me alone. It's Takumi. Yeah, I know you're home, Hana. Yes, hi Takumi. And I know you probably don't want to talk to me, but I have something important to tell you. Why? What? What's happening? Ugh, damn it, Taku. Remembering that this was the boy I once took naps alongside, I get up and throw open the door in my pajamas. Hi, how did you even get it? Oh, did you pick my lock? Is that it? I was like, how did you even get into my apartment? What do you want, Taku? Whoa, an angry lady covered in bunnies is glaring at me. I have conflicted feelings. Should I laugh or cower? Thanks. Depends on if you want to be hit or not. Fair enough, yeah. To get to the point, it's actually about Katsunoski. Oh. Did you find out some shady shit about him? Because I don't know about you, because I got the message without having to dig too deep. I'm sure you don't want to see him, but he wants to see you. Fuck. In person, today. How do you know this? Did he stop you and told you to pass on the message to me? Seriously? Why? And why are you the one telling me this? Yeah, exactly, how? I can't say about either. Oh, wow, you're just full of secrets. Not yet anyway. Okay. So will you go? Oh my god. I'll wait outside while you get dressed if you want. Taku's right. I don't want to see anyone, or so I thought. I've been feeling lonely ever since that day, and I didn't even realize it. I have been wondering how Katsu's feeling, and it's not like I have anything else to do, I guess, so... Girl, I know you were concerned because he nearly just lost half his ribcage, but like, honestly... Alright, I'll go. I guess, you know, being a good Samaritan, I guess I could check up on him and see, you know, if he doesn't have a gaping hole on his side. Really? Yay! Okay. Should I wait outside while you get dressed, or... Yes, Taku, go! I don't need to ask. I shut the door in Taku's face and head to the bathroom to get dressed. Alright, I'm on the back of Taku's scooter, feeling the brisk breeze go through my hair. I hadn't realized it, but I've been smiling since we left. Yay, sunlight! It feels nice, like I'm finally coming back to life. Yeah, I'm so glad to be out and about and not cooped up and moping that I end up giving Taku a little squeeze. Hey, could you maybe not do that unless you want me to get a certain idea? Aw, no, of course not, Taku. Oh, sorry. Just feeling happy. Great, I'm happy if you're feeling better. Aw, thanks, Taku, even if you won't tell me anything. Right, I guess, I can trust you enough. Were you always this secretive? Maybe. Anyways, we're almost there, so you can ask Katsunosuki any questions you have yourself. Okay. Oh, we're back in his estate, I guess. When Taku and I get to the Ryo compound, as I learned it's called, he's let in right away. Okay, I only raised further questions, but I already know he won't tell me a thing. I mean, I'm pretty sure Katsunoski expects him, so... Taku leads me back inside and takes me into a familiar room. Oh, it's the really girly room with pink furnitures and the grand piano. The room I now know belonged to one Katsunoski's late family members. Oh, really? Aww. Taku waits outside the door as I go in. Seeing all the bright pink furniture staring at me, I'm surprised that Katsu chooses this place to rest in, or at least that he doesn't get rid of the feminine furnitures. I mean, they look great. When Katsu sees me, he pushes himself up and I realize how odd it is to see such a vibrant man lying in bed amidst such decor. I pull up a pink chair to the bed. Alright, you're still bedridden. Well, so the kitty cat did his job. Kitty cat, really? Kitty cat, you mean Takumi? Really? You call him that? Ugh. Who else? I'm impressed that he managed to get you here, though, especially without any information. 'Cause he's my childhood friend and I trust him. How do you know he didn't tell me anything? 'Cause you told him to, probably. Simple, because I told him nothing. Oh, yeah, see, I figured. And before you ask, I simply wanted to see you. Wow, isn't that sweet of you? See me. For what? Yeah, for what? I was bored, and you're interesting, and it's that simple as that. Really? I guess it beats just staying at home, but I could've went shopping or something. Besides that, I wanted to ask you a question. Okay, this is what I want. I've heard that Snowflake has been less than perfect lately. Really? He hasn't been sticking his nose into Ryo clan affairs He hasn't been sticking his nose into Ryo clan affairs every chance he gets. Oh, well, I wonder why. He's honestly making it too easy for me. Would you have something to do with that? We kind of broke up after you two nearly killed each other, so... Your silence says enough, yes. How's your wound? Yeah. For my part, I'm exhausted. It'll be fully healed soon. Great! But I'm told it'll leave a scar. Oh well. I have to admit, I'm a bit concerned about my sex appeal. I'm sure the ladies will love the scars, okay? I hear lots of women like scars. Exactly. They find them very manly. I'm not concerned with other women, it's just you. Oh, shut up! Shut up! I'm not interested in you in that way. So what do you think about them? No! Scars? I don't have a fetish for them or anything, but I don't mind them, yeah. So will you consider that date now that you appear to be single? Oh my god, this guy! So shameless. Neither of us won that duel, so I suppose that means we're still back where we started, right? I mean, I think you got off, with more damage than Tatsuya did, because, you nearly lost your whole side. So I would consider Tatsuya to be the winner, because he just kind of, got knocked out for a short while you were just, you were on the verge of, bleeding out. Only now I have a bit missing from my side, yes. Katsu chuckles at his morbid joke. I find myself wondering how he can laugh at something like that while still suffering from it. I mean, I'll laugh along with you. I'll joke along with you too. There seems to be a breeze in this room. I wonder where it's coming from. Oh, never mind. It's probably from that wound on your side. I think about where we're all back to Okay, I don't know. I don't know the sentence. I think about how we're all back to square one now. There we go. I still don't have enough information to make a valid decision considering everything that's happened, right? And just because something happened between Tatsuya and I doesn't mean the Yukimuras should suffer for it. If I can help settle the dispute and this deal, I will. I'm in this deep anyway. Exactly. You're in deep. I'll think about going to dinner with you if it concerns business, but I want to make it clear it's not a date. I think you'll change your mind after we get there. Nope, girl. I ain't an easy woman. If you decide to take me up on it, I promise you'll be able to ask me any questions you have. Okay, that's all I want actually. It's just answers. And I'll do my best to answer them as long as it doesn't hurt the clan. I'm surprised he's this earnest, but I'm already tired after spending a few minutes talking to Katsu. I rise from my chair. Okay, bye girl. But he then grabs my hand. Ugh, no girl. Before you leave and make your decision. What? I want you to understand that I'm doing what I do for the sake of the clan. Are you sure? Okay, whatever. The Yukimuras have been clinging onto old, outdated traditions that have been eroding the Ryu from the inside out for hundreds of years. Well, okay, whatever you say. The Shinamura Ryu deal is the only way I can cleanse the old and bring in the new ways that will help everyone have a better life. Okay, well, there'll be no more victims of tradition. No more people like me nor Tatsuya who have to live their lives for other people whether they like it or not. Remember that. Katsunoski releases my hand and I stumble back a bit, shocked by the sudden admission. But the door opens and a woman who seems to be a doctor or nurse comes in. I have no choice but to turn around and leave. I'll see you soon then. Oh my god. Okay, fine. With that, I join Takumi outside and shut the door. Alright, when Takumi and I get back to my apartment, it's already evening. Indeed. I get off his scooter, thanking him for the ride, I'm about to head up when Taku's voice stops me. What? Hana, did you hear everything? About Katsunoski, yes. He's not a good person, and he's not good for you. I figured, like, duh. You have a ton of better options out there, I know. You might think he likes you, but that's not the way his mind works, yes. If he's showing interest in you, it's because he wants to use you. Yeah, I figured. Why are you telling me this? Because he's trying to look out for you, girl! And why now? I think that's what everyone's been telling you, girl. Like, I don't know about you, but you got it from Tatsuya, you got it from Hikaru, you got it, now you're getting it from Takumi. This is going to sound contradictory, but I think you should try to find out more about him. Yeah, I will. That's what I want to know, because I want to know all about this guy. Not in that way, not that I'm interested in him, but I just want to know what shady business he's into. You should try to find out from him, in his words, who he really is. Spend more time with him. Yeah. Then you can judge for yourself whether or not he's worthy of you. I know you're struggling with this decision, so that's my advice to you. Thank you. Whatever choice you make from now on, they should be fully informed so you won't have to wonder if you made a mistake or carry any regrets. Exactly. Good job. Yes. Thank you. Preach it. I see. Thanks for the advice, Takumi. Yeah. But why do you seem so sad? Well, it's because he had a crush on you and he still cares for you, and this is his only way now that he can care for you and show his affection for you is to be a good friend. It's not much considering all you're going through. Exactly. And thank you for understanding that I can't tell you more right now. I know, yeah. I trust you. I nod at him and a silence falls between us. Taking that as my cue to leave, I walk up the steps to my door. When I'm at the top, Takumi shouts, and I turn back to squint down at him. Hey! Hey, what? I just want you to remember, what? That no matter what happens or what you choose, that I'm always gonna be there for you. Oh no, Takumi, I swear I'll romance you. Don't you worry, I'll get to you, but stop it. Stop that. Without allowing me a response, Takumi moves to get on his scooter. Taku, thank you. Oh my god. Ah, man. I managed to yell that down to him and he gives a half wave before speeding off without looking back. And there he goes, riding off into the sunset, crying his feelings as well. I turned to go back into my apartment, turning his words over in my mind. Yeah, Hana, get your shit together, okay? You can't just be an easy woman for everybody. I ended up emailing Katsu last night. Okay. I told him that I would finally take him up on his offer to dine out, emphasizing again that it was not a romantic date from my point of view, yes. He accepted the offer, promising me that I wouldn't regret it. Okay. My shift is almost over. Okay. I found that yesterday had given me the strength to go back to work again, so I had immediately called in so poor overworked Shinji could take a break. There we go. I read that sentence weird. When I had quietly requested not to be given a shift alongside Tatsuya, Galen seemed a bit amused, but thankfully did not pry. Okay. There's only Galen and me tonight since it's Sunday and the coffee house is slower on these days, which is great. With the customers taken care of, I stare at the clock on the wall, anxious. Katsu's supposed to pick me up here. I hope he doesn't make a scene, hopefully. From behind me, I hear Galen's voice. Quiet! What do you mean? But I didn't say... Do you think he might come by today? He usually doesn't on Sundays, but sometimes when he has a bad date, he'll show up. Are you talking about Hikaru? I half turn around, wondering what the hell Galen is talking about. I see him talking to a fluffy gray striped cat that's sitting on the bar, but that still doesn't clear up all of my confusion. I hope he does. I like to mess with him a bit. What? It's too quiet for my taste tonight. Not that being too quiet is a bad thing. Especially when you're a positively fluffy, perfect kitty cat. Okay. That's cute. Right, I suppose that might be the cat's name. Of course, he'd have a cat named Quiet. Oh, Quiet. Oh my god, that's his actual name, Quiet! Can you imagine yelling for it though? Quiet! And everyone's just like, but I didn't say anything. I'm like, no, I'm talking to my cat. I turn back to the clock. 7:59 and then finally 8 p.m. arrives. I immediately clock out and go to the back room and get dressed. When I come out, Galen grins at me, stroking Quiet's head. You're exactly on time tonight. Indeed. Perhaps you have a prior engagement? I do. He notices everything. Indeed. Something like that. Could it be a spicy date? I wouldn't call it a date, sir. I mean, Galen. Well, whatever it is, I hope it's fun. Hopefully I don't get killed. I personally wouldn't stick around if it weren't. Well, duh, I don't think anybody would. I smile at Galen's strange words and genuine enthusiasm. Thanks, have a good night. Alright, for whatever reason, Galen's bizarre behavior has left me in a better mood. I step out onto the sidewalk, no longer quite as nervous. Okay. When I walk outside, I immediately see that there's a gold sedan parked alongside the sidewalk. Gold? Really? Like, honestly, you could have picked like a better color than gold. It's so, like, you say you don't want to be traditional and old school and shit, but like, you have a gold sedan for crying out loud. That does not get any older than that. God. Could that be? Of course it is. It's so like freaking shabby. I squint to try and see through the windows, but the tint is too dark. My question is answered when Katsunoski himself pushes open the car door. What are you waiting for? Get in. Okay. I look around at the passerby on the sidewalk before doing so. Okay. As soon as I get in, Katsunoski pulls out into traffic without a word. I wait for a few minutes, but he doesn't say anything. The quietness between us has an entirely different feeling than the ones between Tatsuya and me. Because I had no idea what's going on in his head or where we're going, it makes me nervous all over again. So where are we going? Shouldn't you have asked that earlier? True. We're going to Govea. Govea. I'm sure you've been there before. No. Ah, I see. Oh, is it that restaurant that we had dinner with our dad? Is that fine? We could go somewhere fancier if you want. No, girl. What could be fancier than Govea, a formal ball? Sorry, no, Govea is fine. More than fine. It's my favorite restaurant. Is that so? Wow. It's the same for me. Oh, something in common. Really, I would have thought you preferred... I look over at his clothes, which are as relaxed as ever. More casual places. I just enjoy modern things. Uh-huh. And it's not like I have a problem with ornate things. I just prefer comfort over all else. Okay? I nod, glad to finally understand a little more about him, but at the same time feeling guilty. Why? I'm doing this because I need to know what I'm dealing with, indeed. Because Takumi's right that I should find out more about him before making any any decisions, especially on Shinamura Ryudeal. Yeah, on the Shinamura Ryudeal. Shinamura Ryudeal. God, that was such a tongue twister. But still, I feel like I'm betraying him and the whole Yukimura family. I know that this thought is ridiculous considering that we're broken up, but I can't forget all that the Yukimuras did for me either. Exactly. I try to hold on to the thought that this is the best course of action for everyone, but my feelings of shame don't leave me the entire car ride. We're sitting at the same restaurant my father brought me to almost exactly a month ago. Yes. I can't believe it's only been a month. It feels like a lifetime of things has happened in a short time. Indeed. I mean, you got into a relationship and it seems like everything's going well, and then suddenly you broke up. God, how long did it even last? A week? The waiter comes to take our order, and when he leaves, I turn on Katsu. You said you'd explain everything if I did what you wanted. So, get talking. So please tell me. I actually said I'd answer your questions as long as they don't hurt the clan. That's true, but anyways, get talking. So you have to ask for me to explain anything. Okay, I guess he did say that. As I think through, trying to figure out where to start, Katsu suddenly leans in closer across the table. If you can't think of where to start, why don't I ask some questions first? Huh? Oh, okay, I guess. What do you know about me? I know that you're really shady. And how did you get home from the compound that night? Well, I'm capable of finding my way out of the goddamn house, okay? And even if I was stranded in the middle of nowhere from where your compound's located, I would have walked because I have legs. So, no surprise there, okay? It's not that hard to figure out. Why do you think I know anything about you? Do you or don't you? I only know the basics. You're hella shady. And your choice in car colors are really shoddy. You were the one who mentioned shady things before. Oh, he's catching on to me. He's on to me. Oh well, whatever. I'm making it pretty obvious. So he still remembers that. Yes. I only know what you yourself has shown me. Yeah. I don't even know why we were attacked that night. And a friend brought me home that night. I definitely don't think I should tell him about Taku. Whatever he was doing there, he was clearly not wanting to be seen, right? Katsu scrutinizes me with cold, unfeeling eyes, and I swallow. Why is he acting like this all of a sudden? He's only weird like this when it comes to himself. Exactly. So come on, you can't blame me for suspecting you. Takumi's words ring through my mind then, because a lot of shady shit has happened. How could you blame me? Yeah, you should try to find out from him, in his own words, who he really is, right? But is this what he meant? Yes, Katsunoski finally leans back and takes a sip of his wine. Maybe if I get him drunk enough, he'll start spilling the beans. I don't know. You seem to be telling the truth for the most part. Yeah, so I'll let it go for now. Okay. The waiter comes back to set down our food, and for a while, the conversation quiets down while we eat. About halfway through dinner, Katsu looks at me. What? I'm trying to enjoy my freaking pasta here. Have you figured out any questions for me? Well, Katsu stares at me over the rim of his glass, examining me in a different way this time. It makes me uncomfortable. How about this one? Why are you staring at me like that? I mean, I know I'm good looking, but still. Just admiring the view. You fascinate me. Oh, why? What's so interesting about me? You're beautiful in a refined way, and you're the epitome of a modern woman down to every molecule. Wow, I'm flattered. Not really. And yet you're a contradiction of that very statement. Katsu says these things so easily that I get a bit embarrassed. Tatsuya could never do that. He'd probably die blushing if he tried. But that's what makes him cute! What is that supposed to mean? Most women in Tokyo look modern, whatever it is you mean by that. It's simple. What? Do elaborate. Even though the way you were born is as modern as they come, okay, your looks originate from a time over 700 years ago. Yeah, because I'm a homunculi that Shizuka created, and she's 7,000 years old or some shit like that, something crazy like that. What? Katsu chuckles. Yes, I know who you are. Oh, then I don't need to explain myself. The legendary Shizuka's daughter, yes. My breath catches in my throat at hearing the name of my mother my breath catches in my throat at hearing the name my mother told me spoken out loud, but Katsu doesn't stop. Shizuka sounded like an incredible woman. Yeah, well, yeah, okay. I wonder, what must it have been like growing up with someone like that? Nothing special, I assure you. How do you know this? Where did you find that out? I may not look it, but I'm a powerful man. Well, yes. I have my ways. Very shady ways, yes, I get it. And you showed your magic to me when we were attacked, yes. Of course I wanted to know more, after seeing that kind of power. To think the CEO, Rokuro Shinamura, will be married to a legendary sorceress. Yeah. There's no way he can refuse my deal now that I have this knowledge. But the gag is that he was already aware of that, so he's not surprised. Even if you do say that your wife was a legendary sorceress, he would have been like, I know. Why haven't you used it then? Katsu shrugs. I'd rather play the game than cheat my way through it possible. Okay. I haven't lost yet, after all. Okay. But I wonder, how is it that Rokuro hid everything so well from you for so long? What do you mean? Oh. Why do you think my father knew at all? Well, the thing is that he does. It's a fair assumption to think that he knew about being married to an allegedly immortal sorceress. Am I wrong? Uh-huh. I don't get why you've been so interested in me this entire time. Can't you just leave my family and me alone? Katsu laughs, and the arrogance of it irritates me to no end. Don't misunderstand. On looks alone, you're decent, but not my preferred type. Okay, thanks. That's what I want to hear, so I can just be like, bye, girl. I like intense girls, more curves too. Okay. Somehow hearing this from Katsu's mouth is especially grating, and I have to restrict the rising urge to commit violence upon him. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't blame you. Go for it. Throw water in his face. I don't know. That's like a classic K-drama move right there. Just dash water into people's face when you're pissed off at them. Try not to get too upset, though. I know the truth can be hard to hear. Bookish girls aren't my type, but they are fun to mess with. Oh, wow, okay, I see where we stand now. Alright, girl, thank you for confirming that you are a douchebag. So I guess I just thought you'd be a fun toy. Wow, okay. That glass of water looks very tempting right now, and not in a way where I want to drink it. I had no real interest in you, not at first. Oh, really? And then once I learned you were Shinamura's daughter, well, even better. Well, yeah, that's the only reason why you're interested in me. I might not have much luck with an old man, but women are easy enough, so I knew I could use you. Wow. But as I started to find out more about your origins, how could I help but be fascinated? What do you mean? Well, you're a homunculi girl, so Katsu reaches across the table, then gently lays his hands upon my own. Ew! Get away! It's amazing how you feel just as soft as any other human woman. Yes. You're artificial, as I said, the perfect example of how far we've advanced. But you seem no different from any other women I've been with. I've been musing for a while now. What? Does anything else feel different with you? No, girl! Back the fuck up, girl. Just eat your goddamn carbonara. A chill runs down my spine and I pull my hand back quickly. Yes. Ugh, God, disinfect. Give me a sanitizer. How can he just say that I'm not real? Because, well, you're artificially made because you're a homunculi, but girl, don't let him put labels on you, girl. I quickly search for a way to change the subject. That night, the one we were attacked on. Why were we attacked in the first place? Yeah, you still have to explain that. Katsu sits back and sighs. Some of the clan isn't happy about my maneuvers, so occasionally there are attempts on my life. Oh, okay, so they try to assassinate you. Nothing I can't handle, but there it is. Yeah, whoop, there it is. And thanks to you freezing the attacker, I was able to capture them. Indeed. I encouraged them to tell me who they were working for. And what did you find out? I feel something squirm in the pit of my stomach, looking at that expression and hearing those dark words. I try to change the subject quickly before I lose my appetite. Exactly what it is that happened after I passed out. Not what you're hoping, probably. Well, good! I wasn't hoping for that! Since I didn't know your address, I took you to my home as thanks for helping me. And in that room, it didn't look like it was yours. Yeah. That's because it's not. Yeah, of course not. I mean, as flamboyant as he seems, I don't think he's one to, buy pink furnitures for his own use. It was my late sister Nori's. Okay. I do have my own room, but sometimes I sleep in there. I don't understand why I took you there. Okay, I don't let anyone in there but my closest retainers. Okay. I just got the feeling that Nori might like you, I guess. Well, that's nice. A dead girl liking me. That's great. Or maybe it's that you reminded me of Nori. Uh-huh. She was a strong, independent woman who never backed down from a fight. She had an immense sense of duty and responsibility. She was nothing like me. She would have been clan leader if she wasn't killed in battle 10 years ago. Oh, the war thing? Oh, I see. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. As for why I fell asleep next to you, I don't know that either. Oh my goodness. You look so peaceful lying there on Nori's bed. I just wanted to lie next to you. I don't know if that's supposed to be a compliment. I used to do that too with Nori when we were kids. Okay. Katsu says this last part in a voice so quiet I can barely hear him, yet a sharp pain goes through my heart. I had no idea he had any troubles. Someone as carefree as he is. I guess everyone carries their own burdens. Yeah, but doesn't mean I'm gonna sympathize with you just yet. I also feel like Katsu is starting to talk to me like a reasonable person at least, and I can't help but feel sorry for him. A little. Nori was attacked just like I was, only her opponent was far more deadly. Oh. A lightning mage who was brave enough to attack a water dragon in the rain. Wow, dang! But I think he used that to his advantage, no? I often wonder if I had been at her side, would I have been able to save her? If she'd had someone like you there, would you have been able to what? If she'd had someone like you there, would you have been able to would you have been able to save her like you helped me? I didn't even know. Oh my god, sentence. Ugh. Katsunoski sighs and downs his drink in one go. Okay, dwelling on the past pisses me off. Okay, well, I get that. Yeah, I can't seem to stop doing it. But after so many years, I'm finally close to achieving my dream and leaving all that behind me. Okay? To that end, I'll do anything to make it happen. I'm surprised by Katsu's outpour of honesty, but then an insidious smile creeps over his face. The way he looks at me, it's like a pawn about to be sacrificed by a chess master. Yes, because that's exactly what you are. and you are integral to ensuring that it happens. My, if it isn't, he's another ILUILUS. Hey, ILUILUS 2.0. To that end, I have a question I want to ask you. What? Will you marry me? No, girl! Are you screwing around with me? Fuck you! What reason would I have for doing that? No, a marriage between you and I would only benefit my plan. Exactly, which is why, hell to the no! I will end this internal feud between the Yukimuras and Kasuimas. Yeah, it will end this internal feud between the Yukimuras and Kasuimas. My rule will solidify, and with your power and lineage as Shizuka's descendant, we'll be able to shut anyone down who challenges us. No, girl, I ain't about that life. You'll be treated like a queen and you'll have anything you want. But that's not me, girl. I'm not that girl. Not to mention that acquiring so many properties and assets would be a huge boon for Shinomura Industries as well. No, girl. Of course, there are other, more physical benefits as well. No, girl! No. I don't mind giving a preview. Mixing business and pleasure has always been how I preferred it. Nuh-uh. Ugh, how can you just say stuff like that? Exactly. I ain't that girl. Your logic is sound enough. But unfortunately for you, I'm not interested in you in any way besides as a potential business partner. That's it. Besides, based on what Taku said and what you yourself has said, you might just be a criminal, right? Give it some time. We can discuss it again later. No, girl. No, hell to the no. Despite my protest that I won't need any more time for this decision, Katsu ignores me and orders another glass of wine. As we finish our dinner date, we couldn't be in two more different states of mind. Me irritated and Katsu as pleased with himself as ever. Fucking hell. I had no choice but to let Katsu take me home. Instead of talking, we listened to his rather eclectic music taste, but I was grateful for the distraction. Not like I wanted to talk to him. After that conversation, no. He stops the car as we arrive at my apartment, and Katsu looks at me. What? Have you thought about my proposal anymore? Nope. My answer still stands. No. I sigh at his persistence. I don't need to. I need some time. I don't need to. Fuck you. Fuck you! Look, I'm flattered and all. You're a decent looking guy, and I'm sure you'd have some girls falling at your feet. But I don't need to be treated like a queen. I'm going to make my own Wait, I'm going to make my own way in the world. Exactly. And I don't have any romantic interest in you whatsoever. So I politely decline your offer. Fuck you. Goodbye. You are quite a difficult conquest. But for once, it just makes me want to try harder. Nope. I'm a bit irritated too, though. Why? I'm not sure you get how serious I am. Well, I'm serious too, okay? I don't think you understand that. I have everything riding on this deal, and so I'm not giving up so quickly. Alright, besides that, I am so curious to find out what it's like with you. What? Katsu leans over to me as if to kiss me, and I start freaking out internally. Well, girl, you can just unlock that door and just barrel roll your way out of there, girl. Right now, do it. However, I put up a brave front and lean back, letting my anger guide my words. If you even think about trying something, I'll wipe the floor with you. I will bury you. I'm not going to let you satisfy your sick curiosity just because you want to. Katsu sits back in his chair, grinning to himself. I fight the urge to exhale out of relief. Fine. I wouldn't want to trigger your unbridled rage or anything. Yes. Besides, it's not my style to waste my energy taking something by force. Okay, Katsu trails off and I take it as a sign to open the car door and get the hell out. Yes! You should have done it the moment he stopped the car, girl. I step out of the car and give a small terse bow, thanking him for the food. Yeah, at least he paid for dinner, I guess. Katsu only gives a quick nod, his eyes lingering on my face before driving off. Hana, why do you insist? I know it's a whole business deal partner thing and you should be, to the client and, get to know them, but seriously! After a hot shower to clear my mind and soothe my aching body, it's already after midnight. Wow. I get into bed checking my phone before sleep. Oh, well. Ugh. Sorry about tonight. I'm not used to not getting what I want. I won't do it again. I don't care. Whatever, dude. Whatever. Yeah, that's right. You won't, because I'm not giving you the chance to do it again. Exactly. I sigh, thinking about how unusually sincere the email sounded. I don't care! Anything can sound sincere over an email, okay, girl? With the right amount of wording and right amount of passive wording, passive neutral kind of like sentences, anything can sound like sincere. Katsu brings mixed feelings as always. I guess if he became a clan leader early, he might have been spoiled. Why can't anything be straightforward? I know. Having yelled the feelings I've been having for weeks, I feel a little better. I sink into my sheets thinking about the past 2 days' events. Both the Yukimuras and Kasuimas have experienced pain, and Katsu says he's trying to fix that. Not in the best way, though. In the end, I still don't know what to do about anything. I know, me neither. And surprisingly, no answers managed to come before I fall asleep. But what I do know is that I ain't gonna do whatever the hell Kasuima or Katsunoski wants me to do, so yeah, fuck that shit. Anyways, chapter 13! Crystals! Alright, okay, let's go on. Let's get on with this. Now, the next day is Sunday, so on a whim, I decide to take the train to my dad's house. Dad, I need to talk to you about this guy. I'll wait there all day if I have to. I have to talk to my dad. I'll ask him for advice, and I'll finally ask him about Shizuka. Indeed, you've been putting that off for so long. Hey, it's Sister Kayo. As expected, my sister Kayo is the only one home. She greets me with so much enthusiasm that I start to wonder how it's even possible that she has that much energy in her. We make ourselves some tea and snack together and sit in the living room. So what's new, Kayo? What's going on in your life? Actually, I have some big news. What? You got yourself a boyfriend? I have a boyfriend! Yeah! Surprise! Yeah! Ooh, boyfriend! Really? What's his name? It's Toshiyuki Yukimura! His name is Yuki, and he's in my class. Yes. And he's just the most wonderful person ever. Oh, I'm so happy for you. He's an artist, actually, and he's really cool. I think you guys would get along well. Well, I've already met him, and he's already kind of walked in on me half naked, so, I think we're getting along quite well. He does sound cool. Yeah. So how are you doing in school? I'm doing really well, actually. I'm one of the top students now. Great! And I joined a bunch of clubs and stuff, so school has been really fun. Oh, that's so good. That's great. I mean, I'm glad somebody's life is going on track. I look at my little sister as I take a sip of my tea. I can't get rid of the worry in my heart. what would happen to her if she had been the one to take over the company? If she had to be the one to take over the company, I mean, I don't think she would like it. I know it might be a little early to ask, but have you thought about what you want to do in the future yet? Oh no. Well, I've been thinking, and maybe I could be a writer. Then Yuki could draw my book covers. Aw, that's sweet. Or maybe I could continue studying flute and become a musician, or maybe even do acting. Aw. She looks so serious when talking about what she wants to do. I smile. Aw. It's so wonderful that she has so many dreams. I know, a strange feeling stings in my heart. Kyle's always so full of hopes and dreams, while me, I never really had any. Yeah. The image of Tatsuya flashes in my mind and I realize something. What? He's more like me than I ever realized. Indeed. He's doing everything he can to give his little siblings the same chance, the chance to follow their dreams. Kyle and I spent the evening together, just talking and then making dinner together. Dad doesn't come home until late that night. Okay. I wait until the three of us finish having a nice family dinner together before bringing up what I wanted to talk about all this time. Luckily, Kyle leaves to her room after dinner to call her boyfriend, as she does every night. Aw, they're so cute. Dad and I have a seat in the living room and he pours me a glass of wine. Thanks! Oh my god, I needed this. So what was it that you wanted to talk to me about? I take a sip of my wine, giving myself some time to sort out my thoughts and how to begin explaining everything. Well, first of all, Katsunoski, he's a bit of a dick, and he's like constantly harassing me and making really suggestive comments to me. I look up at Dad, he's watching me with a gentle smile, and I know he's patiently waiting for me to start talking whenever I'm comfortable. I take a deep breath. I need to talk to you about everything that's been going on in my life. Yeah, it's such a mess. There's a lot, so you might be surprised. I tell him everything, what's been going on in as much detail as I can, and everything that Katsunoski said about Shizuka. Dad listens to everything very patiently. He doesn't rush me, even when I have to pause a couple times to gather myself. I'm so sorry that you had to go through all that, sweetie. I know! Thanks, Dad! I had no idea that your life had become so difficult. You must know that you don't have to sacrifice yourself or your future for the business. And you certainly don't have to marry anyone for it. Thank you! He sighs, and for a moment I see how tired and sad he seems. Dad tries to smile for me, but it comes out more like a grimace. As for what Kasima said about your mother, yeah, I think it's about time you know then. Yeah, that he knows, that you know, I know. How we met, what I know, everything. Yes, I already know, Dad. I lean forward in my seat, listening to every single word. Alright, Dad tells me the story of himself and Shizuka from the very beginning. That they met over 30 years ago when he was still very young, very arrogant, and very hot-blooded. He fell in love with Shizuka very quickly, but she wouldn't give him the time of day, not like that. At the time, he didn't know she was an immortal. He didn't know that she was an immortal. How could he have known something like that? But even if I had known, it wouldn't have stopped me in the slightest. Aw, they're so committed. There was always something so lonely about her. I wanted to help take some of that loneliness away from her. He tells me that somehow he managed to get her to agree to finally go out with him. For a while it was amazing, but during one of their dates, something had attacked them and Shizuka was forced to reveal her magic to defend him. Okay. I think in that moment, I fell even more in love with her. Ah, that's so nice of you. Ah, that's so sweet. With the incredible, powerful, and wonderful woman that she was. Yeah. After that, Shizuka had told him the truth about herself, that she could never die. Dad didn't care, he wanted to be there for her, even if it was just for something that might have seemed like a blink of an eye for her. But Shizuka left, and no matter how or where he looked for her, he couldn't find her. Dad did try to move on, and he was very happy with Kyle's mother, but unfortunately she was a very frail woman. After the death of his first wife, Dad renewed his search for Shizuka, and that's when he found her and me. He tells me of how torn Shizuka was over her decision to go through with the ritual. Yes, giving birth to you is perhaps one of the very few decisions that she didn't regret in her long life. Aww. You are her treasure, and you became mine too. Aww. You aren't my daughter biologically, but that doesn't matter. It never mattered to me. Of course not. I mean, you accepted a woman who told you that she was immortal and that she could use magic, and you're like, hell to the yeah. In my heart, you're as much my daughter as Kyle is. I wipe away the tears forming in my eyes. Oh, Dad. Oh, Dad. I love you, sweetie. You're my precious daughter. Never forget that, okay? Oh, Dad. I love you too, Dad. Thank you for finally telling me this. Hearing what he had to say leaves me feeling relieved, knowing that she didn't hate me, knowing that she might even love me wherever she is. Wherever the fuck you are, Shizuka, I love you too. As I lie in bed that night, I reflect on what my father told me. All those times and all those dreams, she had seemed so sad, so unwilling. Now I understand why. Yes! But does that mean that I subconsciously knew that she felt that way? Or does it mean that she was really there? I don't know, maybe. I don't know the answers to those questions, but I finally feel like I can stop being so afraid. She didn't hate me, she didn't want to hurt me. Even if I can't agree with what she did, knowing that eases so much pain in my heart. I realize now that all the doubts I have in my heart don't have to rule over me. Somehow hearing that story, hearing that I'm the daughter of a woman that strong, it makes me feel that I have enough strength to deal with anything life throws at me. Indeed! I'll make my decision. I can do this. I won't let either of my parents down. Okay, girl. You go, girl. I'm running. Oh, are you now? Oh, I haven't had a dream like this in a long time. Not since I told Tatsuya about Shizuka. Okay, somehow I can think these logical thoughts, but I'm still running in darkness. It's like I'm watching myself play a role in a movie. I stop, hearing a voice. Who's it? Oh, it's Tatsuya! From my left, Tatsuya's voice, a voice I miss so much, calls out to me. And you. From my right, a smooth but lazy voice that irritates the hell out of me. Yes. They're both calling for help. I realize that I can't help both of them since they're in opposite directions. It seems like Tatsuya's the right choice, but I remember all the awful things we said to each other, and how rashly and violently he acted without remorse. And how Katsunoski's intentions are bad ones, how he wants to prevent more mistakes from happening. I have this awful feeling that if I choose wrong, I'll ruin hundreds, no thousands of lives. Without me, though, I know they'll both die. I sink to the ground in the darkness, sobbing. Who should I choose? Neither! I don't want to deal with any of you! I want to go to Tatsuya though. Like, I feel like... Come on. Like, Katsunosuki was an asshole. Like, I'm sure he has his own reasons, and I'm sure they're very noble reasons. Like, I know your heart's in the right place and you only want what's best for the clan, but seriously though, you're just a douchebag, okay? Honestly, seriously, like, I don't like the way you talk to me. I don't like the way you view me. I don't like the way that you're just using me as a pawn right now, so no. Fuck you. After anxiously debating, I make my choice. And then I wake up. Because I want to fix things with Tatsuya. I feel like we just left on a bad note. We were caught in a heated moment, and from then on we just didn't try to fix it. Like, that was the dream I had this morning before I left my father's home for school. I woke up crying, finally realizing just how stressed out I've been over this. I made it through the school day, but when I saw Tatsuya in the hallway, I thought I might start crying all over again. I can't go on like this anymore. Indeed. Can't just go on just constantly dehydrating yourself every single day. I finished cleaning out the coffee machine and closed the lid. Shinji walks up to me. There's someone here to see you. Is there? Is it Katsu? Me? Shinji gives a brief nod and returns to the bar. I walk up to the bar and gasp when I see who's standing there. It's Haruna! Haruna? Wow, I haven't seen you in ages, girl. Hello. Hi. Well, it's better than Katsunoski, I guess. I'm sure you're wondering what I'm here for. Indeed, I am. Well, yeah. I don't have much time to speak right now, but I was hoping you could come by Carnivalis when you get off later. Sure. I've been trying to get in contact with you for a few days now, but I didn't know when you'd be working. Well, okay, sure. Yeah. I have a break in an hour. Will you still be there? Yes, I'll be there all evening. I'll see you later then. Okay. With a small bow, Haruna excuses herself and I watch her go with confusion. What just happened? There's a small part of me that's a little jealous too. Why? Now that I've talked to her directly, her mannerisms seem so delicate and cute that I can see why Tatsuya would like someone like her. Indeed, and she plays the piano or something like that. I don't even know. I breathe out slowly, not wanting to even remotely get started down that path. Yes. I might end up crying at work if I don't stop. I'll just have to focus on my job until I see what she wants. Yes. Alright. That thought is about all that keeps me from going crazy with curiosity over the next hour. Alright. We are here. I walk into the lounge. This time there's customers sitting at the bar and on the couches. I nervously pull my hands through my ponytail. As I look for Haruna, but I don't see her. Maybe I should go ask someone. Oh, there you are. Right as I'm about to go do that, I realize that someone is playing the piano. It's Haruna herself. She plays a soft, jazzy number. She looks appropriately melancholic, but I don't think it's an act. An unpleasant thought runs through my mind. She looks so elegant playing. Tatsuya should probably be with someone like her. Wait, what if that's what she wanted to tell me? Oh, well, that would be awkward. What if she's going to ask about Tatsuya so she can date him? Or maybe they're already dating and she's going to rub it in my face? I don't think she's the type of girl to do that. She doesn't seem like that kind of person, though. Exactly. I mean, I'd be very surprised if she was. As I stand there fretting, Haruna looks up and our eyes meet. Her song slowly comes to a stop, and a few patrons give a round of scattered applause. She walks around the piano to me. Thanks for coming. Is it alright if we go sit at the end of the bar? Yeah, sure. I'll even order myself a drink. Sure. Haruna and I seat ourselves at the very end of the bar, a few seats away from other patrons. The bartender comes over and Haruna looks at me. Do you want a drink? I sure do. Just some water is fine. I didn't mean water. God. Haruna looks at the bartender and he nods and grabs a pitcher of water and a cup for me. As he pours it, I start to wonder why Haruna is being so nice to me. Maybe she's always this nice, or maybe she's just making a show of it. I don't even know, girl. You can just assume all you want. I accept the glass and look at Haruna as I drink it. I can't help but be suspicious of her intentions. After the bartender leaves, she begins talking. I'm sure you're wondering why I've called you here. Indeed, I am. Yes, why? It's not something that was an easy decision for me to make. Why? Okay, but I'm so worried that I knew I had to try and help some way. Worried about what? Has something happened? I'm pretty sure it's about Tatsuya. Yes and no. I'm sure you figured this out, but it's about Tatsuya. Yes, I know. I went to visit his mother last week at Blue Sky to see how he was doing, but she wasn't like her usual self. Oh no! Even Chisaki is all like down in the dumps. Of course, because it's her son, but like still. She was very worried about him. She said he wasn't acting as he usually does. What? But I've seen him around that school and he seemed fine to me. On the surface, girl. You know how great he is at hiding his emotions. What do you mean? She told me that he and you broke up. I had no idea you were even together. Well, thanks. Thanks for that. But she said after that he's been acting really moody. He's been snapping at people and shirking his duties. Wow. She said he hasn't been over to visit the family or even his grandfather. Wow. Dang. He's been making excuses that he's too busy with school to do so, but she doesn't believe that's it. On top of everything, she said the leader of his clan, Katsunoski Kasima, has been pressuring the Yukimuras. Yes. Something about a business deal I didn't quite understand it at all. Oh, I know quite well what you're talking about. Mrs. Yukimura sounded like she was under so much stress, and she's always been so kind to me. I thought about what I could do to help them, but I was scared to talk to Tatsuya while he's like this, so I tried to find you instead. I see. I had no idea. I haven't spoken to Tatsuya since the day we broke up. Yeah, which is a while now. It feels really weird talking about this, especially with Haruna. But Haruna, you and this girl have some common grounds. Come on, girl. Like, I know he was his ex, but like, come on. I feel like she's not the type of girl to, you know, be really hella shady and try to like, you know, get back together with him, you know. Okay? But isn't he your partner in class? Indeed, he is. I totally forgot about that. He is, but I don't think either of us have been mature enough to continue with that. Indeed. He hasn't mentioned anything, and neither have I. I guess he might also think that I'm fine enough on my own now. I'm not sure how much you know, but my powers have calmed down, so I don't technically need him anymore. But it seems like he needs you. Indeed, he does. Yeah. Haruna, don't you still have feelings for him? Oh, you must, or you wouldn't be doing all of this. Or maybe she just really cares about him as a good friend, like Takumi, you know? I suppose I'm that transparent. Yes, I still love Tatsuya. Even if I knew, hearing the words ends up bothering me a lot more than I thought it would. But that doesn't mean we're right for each other. Yeah, I see. Would you mind telling me what happened between you two? How you got together? Yeah. Tatsuya didn't explain much. Yeah. Alright then. Alright, story time! Tatsuya and I met back in high school. It was in our second year. Okay. We were both in music courses together and music club after school. We were both pianists at about the same level, so we often got partnered together. Okay. I was very shy, so I didn't have many friends. But Tatsuya always talked to me like anyone else. And he was quiet enough that I was able to finally open up and talk to him. We became friends naturally, although I can't say I always understood the way he thought. I admire his confidence and intelligence. Yeah. Tatsuya didn't have many friends either, but it was mostly because he was too abrasive to people. Yeah, I agree. I was always afraid he'd be mean to me as well one day, but instead I found he became kinder and more patient as time went on. I can't tell you when I fell in love with him. These things just happen before you know it, indeed. But I found out he felt the same way as me when we kissed after he walked me home one day. Okay, that's very sweet. I swallow the story's difficult to hear, but I try not to let it show on my face. Things always went well when we were together, at least that's what I thought. Around that time, his family started losing money and we were forced to move out of their ancestral home. Yes. Tatsuya took on more responsibilities and I was too young and dumb to understand the kind of stress he must have been under. So even back then, Tatsuya was burning himself out like this. I wonder how long it's been since he's just relaxed. Never! I thought everything was going well. So finally, one day when we were walking home, I opened up and told Tatsuya the dream closest to my heart to become a famous pianist. But instead of responding how I'd hoped, he told me that it was a pipe dream, that things like that don't happen in the real world. Wow, damn, just shot down. I was in shock. I was so hurt by his words. I asked him, how could you say that? Without looking at me, he told me he had to quit the music club, so he knew that dream would be impossible for him already. He said I need to get real too before I waste any more of my time. Wow. He was so cold, I finally thought I realized what everyone had been saying about him, so I shouted those words at him that I regret so much. I hate you! No. You're just like everyone else says. You're a cold, mean person that only knows how to hurt people. Oh no. The words sound so similar to what I said to Tatsuya that I shift uncomfortably. Oh my. It's no wonder he wanted to break up with me after that. Yep. Yeah. I'll never forget how surprised and hurt he looked. He didn't say a word and I ran home the rest of the way. Haruna gently wipes her tears away. I went home and cried. The next day I changed all of my classes with him. I never spoke to him again until last month. But I always regretted what I said to him that day. And as I got older, I started to believe in my mind that we should have never broken up, that we could have made things work. So when I saw him again, I thought that was a sign that I should try to fix things. But it seems like Tatsuya hasn't changed and I haven't either, and now history's repeated itself. Yeah. Tatsuya's a kind person inside, and he's dealt with a lifetime of people misunderstanding him, saying cruel things about him. I don't think he can take any more pain. Aww. I don't think he'll ever let anyone else in again when he was already hesitant with me. But I think there's still a chance for you and him. I'm sure Tatsuya is going through a tough time right now, and honestly, I'm not strong enough to be at his side. So please, don't give up on Tatsuya, okay? Yeah, girl, I get you. I totally agree. After finally hearing the entire story and realizing how hard this must be for Haruna, I'm not sure what to say. I don't know if we can work out either. Tatsuya and I fight all the time, and nothing's been easy for us. But that's why I think you can do it. You fight because you care so much and because you're two strong people. I don't know you well, but if Tatsuya chose you, I believe in you, in both of you. Aw, homegirl. Thanks, Haruna. I'll give it some thought, yeah. Haruna wipes her tears again and smiles brilliantly. Good luck, I'll be rooting for you. Ah, thanks, homegirl. I nod and get up from the bar. Haruna watches me as I leave the bar, her confident smile never leaving her face. If she can believe in us, can I believe we still have a chance too? Yeah, sure, why not, girl? You never know until you try. After I had finished my shift, I went home and completed my bedtime rituals. I'm sitting on my bed, staring blankly at my phone. I can't stop thinking about Haruna's story and Tatsuya and Katsunoski. And of course, my role in all of this. I'm caught in between it all. When did things get so complicated? I don't know, girl. I sigh and start typing to the only person left who might be able to give me more insight so I can finally make my decision. Is it Takumi? Can we meet up tomorrow? I press send and get into bed. A few moments later, my phone buzzes. I hold my breath as I pick it up and read the text. Or is it Tatsuya? Of course, when? Yeah, it's Takumi. I begin arranging a meeting tomorrow after classes, relieved that by tomorrow night this whole thing will be over. Hopefully. I'll choose who to decide with tomorrow and I'll stick with it till the end of the deal. I'll bring my information to father as soon as I can and pray I've made the right choice. I snuggle under the covers and for the first time in a long time I enjoy a peaceful sleep. Good. It's Tuesday evening after my classes. I'm sitting on one of the benches of the empty courtyard. The October air is chilly and I find it rather refreshing. Still, I've been here for a few moments and no sign of him. He better not have forgotten to show up. I continue to wait, pulling my cardigan closer to me for warmth. That's when I see a figure in the distance. Okay. I wave at him so he'll see where I am. But the figure doesn't wave back and I realize it's not him. What? Well, that's not embarrassing or anything. It's true. Shit, just play it off. I'll be like, oh yeah, just stretching. Oh. Yeah, you're not who I was expecting. Okay. Alright, sir. As the figure gets closer, I can see it's a slender person with a hood up. I'm suddenly stricken by a bad feeling like an omen and start to rise up from the bench. Oh, we're gonna duke it out here in this courtyard? Really? Okay. That's when the figure raises two hands up, their expression unchanging. I can see something. Electricity crackle from hand to hand and I can feel their murderous intent. Things are about to get electrifying. At the same moment, they throw out their hands and lightning rapidly arcs towards me. I fling myself out of the way, landing in the grass. Oh boy. Oh my god, what's happening? Why are they attacking me? Why? I already made it clear that Katsunoski is a shitty douchebag that I don't want to associate myself with. Girl! I quickly roll over and fumble for my gear crystal. The person has stopped walking but is now about to throw more electricity at me. I scramble to get up and activate my gear crystal. Okay, girl, bring it on. The person tilts their head to the side, examining me while electricity hops from hand to hand. I quickly try to think back to my supernatural courses. Ice against lightning. What happens? Come on, Hana. I think we're on the disadvantaged side, you know? I think so. The enemy seems to decide I'm not a threat because they widen their arms and the tiny lightning in their hands intensify. I try to calm myself and throw out a hand, causing an ice wall to erect in front of me. That should buy me some time to run. Yes, run! I immediately turn to run, but then I hear a crackling sound as the lightning hits the ice. Keep throwing ice shit at him, okay? Just slow them down. I look back to see the wall melting and the enemy sauntering towards me. No, that's right. Electricity melts ice, but all I know is ice spells. Damn it. Frantic, I start backing up. I try forming an icicle in my hand. I send it flying at the enemy, but they only have to move slightly for it to miss them. The corners of their mouths quiver slightly, smirking at my failed attempt. This time, they make a quick, complex motion with their hands. Sparks fly everywhere as they summon what appears to be a giant spear of lightning floating between us. Oh dear! I realize there's no way I can outrun it at the same time that I see that there's someone behind the enemy. Who is it? Two black gloved hands appear from behind them, one holding a dagger and the other wrapping around their torso. Is it Takumi? The blade quickly presses against their throat and their eyes go wide as they begin to comprehend the situation. Takumi, yes! Takumi! Takumi speaks in a raspy, low voice that I almost don't recognize. Let your power go, if you even hesitate. Takumi presses the dagger deeper into his throat, and the man coughs. The crackling spear fades out, but Takumi doesn't move. Who sent you? No, obviously not. Do you think I'm playing? I already know you don't want to die, or you would have killed her already. I feel sick when I think about what would have happened if he decided not to listen to Takumi. Why should I tell you when you could just kill me anyway? Because I'll kill you if you don't. You're ruthless. Well, yeah. Says the guy that just tried to kill someone in cold blood. No time for chit-chat, so get on with it before I lose my patience. Damn, Takumi. It's the Mage Society. What the fu- Okay, the name sounds familiar to me, but I have no idea who that is. Taku seems to, though. Why are they after her? Yeah, if she dies, he'll lose his trump card. The Ryu clan will fall. Oh. But I don't want to be his trump card. Who said I was? Takumi removes his dagger from the man's throat and kicks him in front of him in one fluid motion. While the man is stumbling, Takumi grabs him by the hood and jerks his head back at the same time as he brandishes a syringe. He jams the needle into the man's neck before I can even comprehend what's happening and pushes down the lever. What are you doing? You're just gonna sedate him, it's okay. The man's eyes roll back into his head and Takumi lets go of his hood. He drops to the ground unconscious. Putting him to sleep, yes. Takumi bends down and grabs one of the man's legs, and then hides them in the bush. Help me drag him. Yes, I will help you hide the body. What? We don't have time for this, Hana. Okay, I got it. Hearing the firmness in his voice, I reluctantly walk over and grab the man's other foot. I help Takumi drag him into the bushes. Yes! Just dump him in there. Are we seriously just going to leave him there like this? Yes. I got what I needed. Yeah. Besides, I'm not messing around with that group if I can help it. Let's go before we're discovered. Yes. Change out of your gear and I'll meet you on the roof of the building. 7 in a few minutes. Okay. Well. Change out of your gear and I'll meet you on the roof of building 7 in a few minutes. Okay, there we go. Takumi looks at the windows near us and finds an empty classroom. I watch incredulous as he takes out some sketchy looking lockpick and works the window open in seconds. Wow. Get going. Okay. Alright. Jeez. Takumi nods at me and hops into the open window. Okay. I sigh and deactivate my gear crystal, wanting to get the heck out of there myself. Alright. After rushing through the campus and sneaking up to the roof of the building, I'm doubled over panting. You're late. Hey, shut up! I didn't have shortcuts, okay? Sorry, some of us aren't freaking ninjas. Exactly. I'm just kidding. You did better than I thought you would anyway. Did I? You should avoid being alone for a few days. Why? Oh, it seems you're being targeted. Oh, yeah, no shit. But why? I didn't do anything. I can't say for sure, but I'll look into it. I swear I did. All I did was just go out for dinner with the guy, and now people want to kill me. Just stay safe for now. Don't walk home alone and try to remain alert. It'd be better if you could stay with someone else. Right, well, I'll try to be alert, but it'd be weird trying to stay with someone else. What am I supposed to tell them? That there's assassins after me? Exactly. You could stay with us, though we're not always home. Oh, but that's with Tatsuya. I don't know about that. Yeah. The idea of staying with two men, one of them my one-time ex, doesn't sit right with me. Indeed. Whatever, we can figure it out later. Okay. There's something you want to talk about, right? Yes. Yeah, there is. But first, thanks for saving me, Takumi. Yes. No problem. Like I said, I'll always be there for you whenever I can. Oh, come here, you. But this thing you want to talk about, it's about Katsuyama, isn't it? Yes. I nod. I want to know what you'll tell me about him. I've gone out with him, spent some time. Yeah, wait, I want to know what you'll tell me about him. Okay, yeah. So I want your side of the story, Takumi. Yeah, I've gone out with him, spent some time. I have a better idea of the kind of person he is, but there's still a lot I don't know. I was hoping you could fill in on some of those gaps. I can, yeah, but you might not like what you hear. Well, not like I was expecting anything better. You might not see me in the same light either. Well, no, it's okay. Well, Taku, I just saw you threaten to kill a man, and I still think... Yeah, exactly. Well, Taku, I just saw you threaten to kill a man, and I still like you fine, so I think we'll be okay. I'll be okay. Right, okay. Takumi takes a deep breath and presses a hand against the fence, looking out to the city. I'm a private detective. Yes, you already told me that. I choose who I work for and for what reasons I work. Yeah, okay. Through a series of circumstances, I became employed by both the Yukimura family and Katsuyama, Tatsuya and Katsunoski. Damn, you're caught in the middle of it all too! You were working for them? Like a double agent? Yes, exactly. It's not something I normally do. I'm not a spy, I'm a detective, yes. But when Tatsuya came to me for help, I couldn't just turn my best friend down. By that time I was already working for Katsuyama, and my own personal code prevented me from just dropping the job. They actually both wanted me to look into they actually both wanted me to look into and watch each other, amongst other things in Kasuima's case. Yes. I see. So Takumi spied on his own friend. Yep. But my job for both of them is over, so I can talk about this to an extent now. Yes! I researched Kasuima. Whatever you think of him, I know for a fact that he's done terrible things, to his family members even. Wow! Like what? Spill the tea, girl. Just spill it. I want to know everything. Taku? Murder would be just one of his crimes. Oh, well, not surprised. He's killed people? Yes, he has. Takumi gives a short nod, like I wouldn't put it past him. He may or may not have done it himself, but he's given the order. Yes, that's just scratching the surface. You don't need to know the rest, but I want to. I hope you can see why leaving you with a guy like that might make me nervous. Indeed, I mean, I fear for my own life too, and I'm just doing it because I thought this would be a great business deal kind of thing. But you know what? After hearing this, I was right. Well, yeah, but I knew he wouldn't do anything to you. You're worth too much to him. Okay. Besides that, you're free to live your life however you choose. I was fine with watching over you. Aww, but you watched over me. Of course you did. Well, yeah, I couldn't just leave you alone. Exactly. He's just really worried. Tatsuya would have been mad at me too. He wanted me to look out for you as part of my job. Though I was surprised when I saw you in bed with Kasuima, I knew it was none of my business. My first priority was getting you out safely. Don't worry, nothing happened. Yeah, nothing happened, you know. Yeah, I believe you. Okay, good. Plus, Kasuima is a weird guy, but he's never been known to force himself on a woman. Indeed. Really? I'm a bit surprised. Well, he nearly did that. But then he reeled it back in. Whatever else Kasuima is, he's definitely complicated. I think in his twisted mind, everything he does makes sense if it's for his goals. Yes. This is like an ILUILUS 2.0. I think in his head, he's the good guy making sacrifices so no one else has to. I don't know what to make of him myself. Sorry it's not much, but that's about all I can tell you about Kasuima. I'm sure he's already told you his goals, so who you decide to support will be up to you. Well, I know who exactly to support. What about the Yukimuras? Is he right that they supported outdated traditions? He is. The Yukimuras are usually the clan leaders, or pressure the Kasuimas into doing what they want. But every leader is different, as Kasuima himself is proving, so I don't see a point in trying to predict what will happen if he doesn't get his way. If I were you, I'd just take the evidence that's before my eyes and make a judgment based on that. Yes, a logical approach that I can't argue with. Thank you, Takumi. You sure are thanking me a lot these days. I know, I am, because you're the only one who has my back right now. Because you keep doing so much for me. How about you thank me by just making yourself as happy as possible? Indeed, girl! Please, get your shit together. No matter what you do, I'm on your side. Yeah. Alright, Takumi, I'll do my best. Takumi puts his mask back on his face then. Come on, it's getting late. Yeah, you can at least stay at our place for the night. It won't be safe at yours, indeed. We can decide what to do long-term later. Well, alright, I guess, but can I just go pick up my stuff? Choosing between facing an assassin or sleeping in an apartment with two men. When did my life get like this? Takumi and I agreed to rendezvous after he gets changed. Once he does, he takes me to his scooter and we head to their apartment. Boy, this is gonna be such an adventure. On the ride to Taku and Tatsuya's apartment, I have a lot to reflect on. Takumi spied on his friend, but helped him and protected me too. Katsunoski has killed others to reach his goals, but only so that no one else will ever have to suffer. And Tatsuya and his family stubbornly believe their way is right, but are losing everything. All these choices suck. I can see the good and bad in everyone's position. Right. I sigh and come to realize that there is no right answer. It's like Taku said, all I can do is what I think is best based on what I know. On top of my bigger worries, I'm also feeling distressed at the thought of seeing Tatsuya again. Yeah, I know, much less sleeping in the same place as him. Since talking to Haruna yesterday, I knew this day would come, though I didn't know how soon. I've been running away from everything too long, it's time to face the music. Right. To face the music? Really? Okay. Admitting this seems to quell most of the anxiety in my heart. With the noise gone, I find that I've already known what I should do for some time. And what is that, girl? Chapter 14 defrost! I hope things get better for Tatsuya and us, because this isn't his route for no reason, you know. And like I know there are multiple endings in which, you know, I may or may not get the best ending or like, you know, the true ending. But anyways, regardless, like come on, this is his route for a reason. So I want to patch things up with him despite how awkward it is. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna end this episode here, you guys. We're gonna start in chapter 14 and 15 in the next episode, and I feel like I don't know. I'm not too sure if there's any more chapters for it because I just realized that, you know, in his little like story menu thing where you choose chapters, there's like a little arrow that leads to more pages for more chapters possibly. So yeah. So anyways, regardless, it's been a. I hope my headstrong decision. Like I get Katsunoski is like doing things to benefit the clan in his own way, his own reasons. So it's just his shadiness just outweighs it so much. So like I can like honestly, this guy is too much. So yeah, I'll leave it in the next episode, you guys. You can just continue on and see where the hell this is all gonna lead up to. Holy shit. Okay then, so until then, bye!